Lesson 9 is a perfect example of using everything that we've learned up to this point together. We're trying to control this fish and use different if blocks to see when it moves and where it moves. Okay, so if we look at the instructions, we have 3 if statements. We're going to use sprite.velocity x in each of these, but we're going to have different conditions for all of them. The first one is if the user presses the right arrow key, the fish will move to the right. If the fish gets to the right-hand side of the screen, though, it'll move to the left. And if it gets to the left-hand side of the screen, it's going to stop. So we have all of these if loops here, and we're going to be using sprite.velocity x in each of them. Okay, so the nice thing about the way they set it up in code.org is they tell you if the fish reaches the left edge, it wants to stop. So we're going to name it fish, and we want the velocity to stop. Well, velocity 0 is what we're going to want because that means stop. So we set it to 0. The next one is if we push the right arrow, we want it to swim right. So we grab sprite.velocity x again. We drag it in there, and we rename it fish. And if we want it to go to the right, that's a positive number. So we're going to set it to 5. On the final one, if it reaches the right edge, we want it to swim left. So we're going to grab another sprite.velocity x, drag it in there, rename it fish, and then we're going to set it to a negative number, in this case, -5, and now we run it. Well, at first it doesn't do anything because it's just sitting in the middle of the screen. Well, it's because it never got greater than 400, so it can't move to the left. It never was less than 0, so it can't move to the right. We have to start it by pushing the right arrow. It moves. Oh, it went to the left end of the screen, it goes all the way to the left side of the screen, and it will stop. And that's what we wanted it to do. We used all 3, but in each case, we still were just using sprite.velocity x, just in different situations. By combining this velocity with if blocks, it makes us have a lot more control and do a lot more interesting things with our program. And that's lesson 9.